Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV. I'm Vedant Agarwal. Our lead story, where a setback to the Haryana government in the farmer's death case. The Supreme Court has refused to interfere with the Punjab and Haryana High Court order. The Supreme Court has refused to grant a stay on the judicial probe, and it has also dismissed the government's plea. This comes as a setback to the Haryana government, as I said, because it was their plea. Mohammad Ghazali is now joining us live on the phone line. So Ghazali, a setback to the Haryana government. The Supreme Court has also said that there is no basis for this apprehension that this was perhaps be detrimental to the morale of the forces.
Yeah, the Solicitor General of India, Mr. Tushar Mehta, while during the court proceedings, had highlighted that this is very unjustified, that for every police action there should be judicial probe. But the Supreme Court bench also reiterated and reminded Mr. Mehta that how even during in the killing of farmers in Lakhimpur Kheri, even there the judicial probe was ordered. So in this particular case, the Punjab and Haryana High Court was hearing a bunch of pleas in which it directed a judicial probe with a retired judge from the High Court of Punjab and Haryana, along with 2 police officers from Punjab and Haryana to be in that committee. And Haryana government was opposing that. And opposing that particular judicial order, they had approached the Supreme Court to put a stay on this judicial probe in the killing of the farmer. But Supreme Court didn't accept the demand. It was not convinced, and it has rejected the plea of the Haryana government.
Thanks, Ghazali, for that update. The Supreme Court refusing to interfere with the Punjab and Haryana High Court order. But moving now to the other big headline, well, massive unprecedented delays in Vistara flights, and Vistara has now issued an official statement as well, saying that, well, there are unprecedented delays due to unavailability and shortage of crew. So now this is an important point, because they say that they have decided to temporarily reduce the number of flights, but they also say that they are working on providing alternate flights to their passengers and also refunds. So, well, Vistara is headed for a full-blown crisis. My colleague Vishnu Shom has more details.
Thousands of passengers will be affected tomorrow. They've not told us about the number of flights which will be delayed or cancelled, but as I understand it, it's in the dozens. Some reports suggesting that at the very minimum 50 flights might be impacted. The airline itself doesn't really know how many flights, because it is very much a situation which is developing. There is a problem with their co-pilots coming to work. There is they refuse to accept the word strike, but there is a situation, as I understand it, of some of their co-pilots, several of them in fact, not coming to work, and that has perhaps to do with the fact that the airline is being merged with Air India. And as part of the rationalization process, their salaries of first officers would come down significantly. Also, as a result of the number of flying hours that they put in also coming down. So, associated with flying hours is a certain component of their pay, besides the normal salary itself. And as part of that rationalization process, there is a sense that they would lose a large percentage of their salary. So that, as I understand it, is one of the concerns. The airline itself is not getting into any such detail, but they are deploying their Dreamliner aircraft, significantly larger aircraft, to the A320s which they operate across the country. Also A321, which are somewhat larger aircraft. They're going to be combining flights, they'll be cancelling other flights, and they're taking passengers, putting them onto other airlines as well. But tomorrow is going to be a difficult day. So if you are a passenger on Vistara tomorrow, then do please make sure that your flight is on time, and if it isn't, what you need to do.
So an important word of caution there for Vistara passengers. But moving now to other news, the Supreme Court has asked Baba Ramdev and Patanjali Managing Director Balakrishna to personally appear before the Supreme Court and confront charges against them, because remember, there are contempt charges against Balakrishna as well as Ramdev. They prohibited the Supreme Court order. They violated the order which prohibited them from publicizing their products, which absolutely went against modern medicine, and also violated the top court's earlier orders as well. And moving now to what's become a huge political controversy, the Kivu Island handover. The Prime Minister has doubled down on both the Congress and the DMK, saying that, well, they have harmed fishermen. Both the parties have retorted. They say that the BJP in its 10 years of power has not done anything to take the island back. Here's a report.
50 years after the Indira Gandhi government in New Delhi ceded the 285-acre uninhabited Kachativu island on the Park Straits to Sri Lanka, an RTI response by the BJP's Tamil Nadu unit chief Annamalai, the party says, proves that the Congress government and its ally since 2004, the DMK, were complicit in ceding the island. While the political and diplomatic context was different then, and Sri Lanka argued a strong case, Kachativu has been a motive issue for Tamil Nadu's fishermen, and the DMK had maintained that it was a historic mistake to cede the island. It's a sensitive pressure point in a long and checkered history between the DMK and Congress, which have been strong allies against the BJP, comes as an embarrassment during the election campaign. Over the last few decades, the Sri Lankan Navy has killed nearly 500 Indian fishermen for straying into Lankan waters. Now they even auction seized Indian boats, crippling their livelihood. The 1974 agreement between India and Sri Lanka gave Indian fishermen rights to fish around Kachativu, to dry their nets there and to undertake pilgrimage to a Catholic shrine there. But another agreement 2 years later denied these privileges. The External Affairs Minister blamed the ceding of the island squarely on the position of the first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru and then Indira Gandhi.
This is an observation by the then Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru in May of 1961. He writes, I attach no importance at all to this little island, and I would have no hesitation in giving up our claim to it.
For years, the demand to retrieve Kachativu has been a key poll issue in Tamil Nadu. But it's a question if getting it back alone can change realities for fishermen. While solutions like even leasing of the island was suggested by Jayalalitha, it's an issue that's often found political spotlight in election season with no solution after.
6 lakh Tamils who are suffering in Sri Lanka, they had to come to India as refugees and settle here. As a result of this settlement, they have lived in this country for the last 50 years, their families are here, they enjoy freedom.
The cessation of this Kachativu is a historical wrong. We have always opposed it and we wanted Kachativu to be retrieved. In the last 10 years, what has the BJP done? What are the steps taken by Mr. Jaishankar, Mr. Narendra Modi?
Both Congress and BJP are only interested to play vote bank politics in the name of Kachativu. So why BJP is not able to give out a statement that yes, we will retrieve Kachativu? Why all of a sudden after 3 years of taking charge as Tamil Nadu leader, Annamalai got the enlightenment to talk about Kachativu?
And this man, Bridge Kandalwal, had unsuccessfully moved a plea in the court then.
I filed this petition in 1974. No government has any business to reduce the territory of India. You can add, but they can't dilute or diminish the territory of India. That was the whole idea.
While both the Congress and the DMK have as much to explain as the BJP, politically the Saffron Party is in troubled waters in Tamil Nadu without a major ally after the AIADMK snapped ties last year. But the big question, would raking up a 50-year-old issue help the BJP net seats in the Dravidian heartland, where it has a negligible presence? In Chennai with Suresh, Sam Daniel, Find TV.
And moving now to other political news, the Congress has come up with its 10th list. Now, there are only 2 names but extremely interesting ones. The Congress has fielded Kadiyam Kavya from Warangal. Now, who is she? Well, she withdrew from the poll race when she was the BRS's Warangal candidate. She quit the party, joined the Congress, and now the Congress has fielded her from Warangal. Kadiyam Kavya, remember, is the daughter of Kadiyam Srihari, who is one of the BRS's tallest leaders in Telangana. Of course, he also served as a former Deputy Chief Minister as well. Now, the other seat is the Akola seat, an extremely contentious one again, because there the VBA's Prakash Ambedkar was, of course, in the fray as well. And Prakash Ambedkar had promised support to the Congress in exchange for the Akola seat. So now the Congress has fielded Abhay Patil from Akola, which means that the Congress is going it alone as far as Maharashtra is concerned, and the India bloc split wide open entirely as far as Maharashtra is concerned, with the Congress fielding a candidate now, Abhay Patil, of course, who's a senior Congress leader from Maharashtra. And this, in a sense, is a snub to the VBA in Maharashtra by the Congress. With that, we'll take a short break. News continues on the other side. Welcome back. Our special report from Madhya Pradesh, where a BJP minister's son was caught assaulting a couple. In fact, the police have registered a case against him as well, and 4 cops have been suspended after the victim's alleged complicity. But guess what? The cops have not been suspended based on the complaints of the victims, but based on a complaint of the minister's son, wherein they say that they were manhandled by the police. Take a look at this report.
VVIP hooliganism caught on camera in Madhya Pradesh. Abhigyan Patel, the son of Madhya Pradesh Minister Narendra Shivaji Patel, caught on CCTV assaulting 4 people in full public view in Bhopal's Shahpura area on Saturday night. Those assaulted included a hotelier couple, one of their employees and a journalist. The accused allegedly attacked the victims again inside a police station when they went to file a complaint. Restaurant owner Alisha Saxena has said in her complaint that the altercation started after a car with the minister's son hit the motorcycle of journalist Vivek Singh outside the restaurant. Alisha and her husband intervened when the minister's son Abhigyan started thrashing the journalist and were allegedly assaulted too.
वो लोग इतने ज़्यादा पता नहीं, शराब का नशा तो मैं नहीं बोलूँगी, कौन सा नशा था वो उनको खुद को नहीं समझ में आ रहा, वो लोग क्या कर रहे थे, वो लड़के लड़कियाँ, मतलब इतने ज़्यादा बदतमीज़ गुंडागर्दी. मतलब FIR एक तो 307 होनी थी क्योंकि ये जानलेवा हमला है. मेरे साथ इतना मिसबिहेव, इतनी बदतमीज़ी, इतना कुछ हुआ है, उसकी भी कोई कंप्लेंट नहीं लिखी गई है. उनके सामने वो हमें धमकी दे रहे हैं कि हम तुम्हें देख लेंगे.
The entire drama has happened inside this police station, Shahpura in Bhopal, and the incident happened just few meters away from this police station. What's more, 4 policemen have now been suspended for allegedly torturing the minister's son inside the police station. On Saturday night, Minister Patel was filmed at the Shahpura police station right after the police lodged a counter FIR against the victims on the complaint of the minister's son.
बेसिकली दोनों पक्षों की मेडिकल कराया गया है और मेडिकल के उपरांत FIR पंजीबद्ध हुई हैं दोनों, और उस पर मेडिकल के बाद अब जांच की जा रही है. वो अब मेडिकल की रिपोर्ट के आधार पर उसमें आगे कार्रवाई की जाती है. नहीं मानो साहब, नहीं, पुलिस पर जो भी आरोप लगाए भी अगर जाते हैं तो उसके संबंध में नियमानुसार जांच की जाती है, तो जांच की जा रही है.
After the incident, the Congress says there is anarchy in MP, while the BJP says no one will be allowed to take law into their own hands.
आपकी अराजकता मध्य प्रदेश की जग जाहिर होने लगी और इनके साथ न्याय की गुहार कर रहा हूँ. ये इस तरह की अराजकता मध्य प्रदेश में बढ़ती जा रही है. मैं मानता हूँ इस पर अंकुश लगाना चाहिए.
देखिए, गुंडागर्दी ऐसे कोई भी काम करने का किसी को न मुझे अधिकार है न किसी को अधिकार है. दूसरे पक्षों उनको भी अधिकार नहीं है गुंडेजम करने का. अधिकार किसी को भी नहीं है. जिसने गलत किया होगा उस पर प्रशासन गंभीरता से अपना निर्णय करेगा.
The MP police say more action will be taken after a proper enquiry. In Bhopal with Amritanshi Joshi and camera person Abhishek Thakur, Anurag Dwari for NDTV.
Absolutely shocking story there from Madhya Pradesh. But moving now to our special hot seat series, and the constituency in focus is Krishnanagar. It's a high-stakes battle for the high-profile seat. The BJP has fielded Rajmata Amrita Roy to take on the TMC's firebrand Mahua Moitra. Can the BJP dent for TMC? That is the big question.
Krishnanagar in West Bengal has emerged as one of the most watched contests, with the Trinamool Congress renominating Mahua Moitra after her expulsion from the Lok Sabha last year. The BJP has fielded Krishnanagar royal family member Amrita Roy to take on Mahua Moitra.
Amrita ji, namaskar.
And her candidature has been boosted by a phone call by the Prime Minister himself.
I can't imagine a person like the stature of Modi ji calling me, because I'm absolutely, I have been absolutely an apolitical person. So the guidance coming from him and he giving me advice was absolutely a divine experience.
The Trinamool is trying to make a point against the BJP by fielding Mahua Moitro, and Mamata Banerjee made Krishnanagar her first campaign stop. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee addressing her first individual rally on the election campaign trail after returning from her injury. And this rally is of course in support of Mahua Moitro, the candidate from Krishnanagar. Mamata Banerjee sent a clear message to voters. Akla Cholore for Trinamool in West Bengal. No alliance with the Congress or the CPM. She also went after central agencies saying they are targeting her party because the BJP is inconfident. Mahua Moitro is currently facing a CBI probe in connection with the bribe for query allegations and faces the possibility of arrest.
আমি তো প্রথমেও বলেছিলাম যে যখন আমাকে লোকে বলেছিল যে আপনি এক্সপেল হবেন, আমি বলেছিলাম এই সরকারের আন্ডারে এক্সপেল হওয়া কিন্তু একটা ব্যাজ অফ অনার। আর যদি আজকে এই ফ্যাসিবাদ সরকার, এই মোদি দেউলিয়া সরকারের বিরুদ্ধে দাঁড়িয়ে প্রতিবাদী কণ্ঠ যদি হয়ে তারা যদি আমাদের জেলে পুরতে হয় তাদের এত ডেসপারেশনে, তাহলে সেটাও আমি ব্যাজ অফ অনার মেনেই চলব।
Mahua Moitro's opponent Amrita Roy says Mahua Moitro's suspension was a matter of shame and she has been chosen to fight against Mahua Moitro for her non-scandalous image.
I have been alert in politics. Okay, so the family has
felt that the situation required
a big change, because now West Bengal has become a very corrupt place, and very importantly, the people are suffering. They are being deprived of their natural rights.
The BJP feels it can wrest this seat from the Trinamool because of the arithmetic in the constituency. If the CPIM candidate cuts into Muslim votes, the BJP can defeat her, which is why the TMC is stressing on its Akla Cholore decision.
কেন সিপিএম কংগ্রেসকে ভোট দেবেন না? অল ইন্ডিয়ার অ্যালায়েন্স আমি তৈরি করেছি, নামটাও আমার দেয়া, ভোটের পরে আমি দেখে নেব। কিন্তু বাংলায় সিপিএম কংগ্রেস বিজেপি আমাদের বিরুদ্ধে লড়াই করছে। সিপিএম কে ভোট দেওয়া মানে বিজেপি কে ভোট দেওয়া, কংগ্রেসকে ভোট দেওয়া মানে বিজেপি কে ভোট দেওয়া, আর একটা লেজুর পার্টি মুসলিম পার্টি হয়েছে, সেটাকে ভোট দেওয়া মানে বিজেপি কে ভোট দেওয়া, আর বিজেপি কে ভোট দেওয়া মানে বিজেপি কে ভোট দেওয়া। লড়ছি আমরা একলা, যদি তো ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে। By renominating Mahua Moitro, the Trinamool Congress has made the battle in Krishnanagar about proving a point to its detractors. The BJP hopes the societal stature of its candidate will derail the TMC's plans. With camera person Aniruddha Tripathi in Krishnanagar, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.
So a keenly contested seat there in West Bengal. But finally, it's going to be a hot summer ahead. The Met Department has issued an alert for states across India, particularly in the central and western peninsula. The Met Department has said that there are going to be extreme heat waves, particularly between April and June. This is a pattern that we've been seeing in the past couple of years, a direct implication of climate change. So the states that are bracing for extreme heat include Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, also Gujarat, Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh. That's all the time that we have on the show from all of us here.